Hello, my name is Jim Gurman, and today I'll be doing a review of the Ridgid R2740 belt sander. This is a fairly small belt sander. The belt measures 3 inches wide by 18 inches long. That gives you a working surface of about 8 inches. It's also a fairly slow belt sander. The belt only goes at 950 feet per minute. That's opposed to some of the big sanders where it goes more like 1600 feet per minute. Because of that, it's also a little less powerful than some of the big sanders. It's only got a 6.5 amp motor as opposed to some of the bigger ones that'll have 11 or 12 amp motors. The belt sander has some really nice features. The best one of those is the ability to change the belt very easily just via this one lever, which I'll show you in a minute. It also features auto tracking, so you don't have to futz with the tracking all the time. That is also adjustable. There's a screw over here that lets you adjust that if for some reason it's not working to your liking. The speed on the belt sander is adjustable via a knob over here. The knob is measured in letters from A to F. Not sure why they chose that instead of numbers, but it seems to work just fine. It also has the ability that once you turn it on, you can lock it on. In the typical manner, you pull the trigger up and then you can push this button down and it'll hold it on. That's really nice for when you're doing a big project. You don't have to hold the trigger all the time. One of the other features of it is that it has this blower in it. Ridgid calls it the air curtain design, but it's an extra blower in here which will suck some of the dust away and blow it into this bag. The bag's a little small, but it does have a nice zipper on the back that makes it easy to open. It's also pretty easy just to pull it off and dump it out. The vacuum port here will also accept an 1.25 inch hose going around the outside, or if you have a smaller one, it'll fit nicely on the inside just like that, which is great for keeping most of the dust down. So first let me show you how easy it is to change the belt on here. You just flip this lever open and then the belt slides right out. And then to put the new belt on, you just slide it right in and flip the lever again. Quick and easy. Now it should auto track. If it doesn't, you can just adjust this screw right here and that should fix the tracking. The next nice feature that Ridgid has put in this belt sander is a quick and easy way to replace the brushes on the motor. If you're using this a lot, eventually the brushes are going to wear out. So all you do is unscrew these little plugs here. There's one on that side and one on this side, and you can quickly change out the brushes. The other way you can tell that this is a really well designed belt sander is on this side here there's this plastic cover. It's got one screw in here which I've already undone. So if you take that off, you can see this belt, which one runs the blower and the drive motor, is easily accessible, so you can switch it out if it were to ever jam or tear or just wear out. Also, these 3 gears here, they're all metal gears, so it's not going to wear very easily, they're not going to strip out, and they'll last a long time. I'll fire it up and let you guys hear how it runs. A couple of things to note. The first is that it has a soft start feature. I'll let you hear that again. It doesn't just start up instantly and take off on you. It's easy to control. It's also not very loud. You can use it all day and it's not going to start bothering your hearing. The last thing, if you noticed, was that when the belt sander is running, the dust bag inflates. That's because the blower here is blowing it full of dust. You'll have noticed that there might have been a little bit of dust getting away, but most of it gets captured in this bag. It's probably still a good idea to wear a dust mask though. So where does that leave us with this sander? I really like the design that Ridgid has come up with here. It's very easy to control, it's very easy to use, it's ergonomic, it doesn't vibrate too much. They've clearly designed it not to be a throwaway tool. It's meant to last a long time. The removable brushes, as well as the belt that's easily accessible over here, shows that they weren't thinking that this was going to just be tossed in the trash after a single job. However, it's also not the biggest belt sander. It's not the fastest, it's not the most powerful. It's not going to be taking off huge amounts of material. That's typically what you want a belt sander to do, so this one might be a little bit slower than that. It'll let you use a finer grit than a random orbital sander, so you'll progress through the grits faster and get done with the sanding quicker, which is what every woodworker wants. It's also very easy to control, not just because of the excellent handles, but because it's a little bit smaller and less powerful and has that soft start feature. And the last thing is the price. It retails for only $100, so even if you're not going to use it all the time, you can get it and not worry that you're wasting a lot of money on a tool you don't need all the time. My 2 biggest complaints about the belt sander are the relatively small size of the dust bag. That fills up really quickly. However, you can just attach it to a vacuum. And the other thing is the cord that's on it. They claim it's 8 feet. It's never long enough for me. I always end up having to get an extension cord or something like that. I really wish that that was a bit of a longer cord. In the end, I think it's a really great tool and it's easy to recommend. Thanks for watching.